Many people know of Central Park, a famous park in New York City. But do you know what existed before Central Park?
Seneca Village. Seneca Village was a community of predominantly African Americans that was a thriving safe haven for individuals that lived there. Seneca Village was started in 1825 when landowners in the area, John and Elizabeth Whitehead, subdivided their land and sold it as 200 separate lots. Seneca Village was appealing to individuals like Andrew Williams, a 25-year-old African-American shoe shiner, or Effany Davis, a store clerk who took the chance to purchase 12 lots of land for $578, or various community development centers like AME Zion Church, who purchased 6 different lots of land and then subdivided to other individuals in their community who wanted to purchase property and own the right of having a property that they owned. Well, by the 1850s, Seneca Village comprised of 50 homes, 3 churches, as well as burial grounds, and a school for African American students that lived in the area. It had 225 residents, 2/3 which were African Americans, about 1/3 that were Irish immigrants, and a small number of German and other descents. Well, Seneca Village was thriving. It became a safe haven far from all the unhealthy conditions and the congested downtown area that experiences that many people in New York at that time were facing. They had a kind of a safe haven away also from the racial discrimination that was still predominant in New York City at that time. Along with the right to own property, Seneca Village residents had the rights, if they were African American males that owned at least $250 worth of property and lived in the area for at least 3 years, they were allowed the rights to vote. So Seneca Village became a wonderful opportunity for many individuals at that time. Of course, during the early 1850s, New York City began to plan for a park, a large recreational park that could help give individuals in the city a kind of a retreat or a recreational center away from the unhealthy conditions that New York was facing at that time. So therefore, they set aside 775 acres of land in Manhattan, from about 59th Street all the way to 106th Street. And they actually created the first major landscape public park. Well, this was of course done by eminent domain. And that basically meant that 1,600 roughly inhabitants were displaced to different areas. Now, the landowners were compensated, but many argues that they weren't compensated due to the value of the land that they had at that time. So this month, when we remember Black History Month, let's remember Seneca Village.
Home. Safe haven.
A community.